Oh, I can't believe I made it. Oh God, it happened. It really happened. My friends. My family. How humanity as we know it just gone. Nothing left but a walking husk of the undead. Well, see now as I have so much free time now, why don't we talk about a Facebook game?
If there's one thing you can count on Facebook games doing, it's trying to copy much better games. And if there's one thing you can count on video games doing, it's having some form of zombies in it. So of course, there are a lot of Facebook games that are about zombies. So what does Zombie Lane do to stand out in the sea of so many rip-offs and half-assed attempts?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It takes a lot from other Facebook games, but what it does do is balance and perfect those things. So it makes a really fun game that will have you just hungry enough to come back for more.
The game has a nice balance between 3D and 2D, with characters and objects being drawn in 2D, but having it wrapped around to give it a 3D feel. It really makes things pop and look real cool without requiring a lot of horsepower. However, with that being said, the design is kind of bland. There are different zombies to fight, and admittedly, they are funny and goofy, but their designs and the rest of the game leaves a lot to be desired. They don't really get too creative with things, as waitresses look like stereotypical waitresses, and construction zombies look like construction workers.
Because why would you want to take actual time and try and develop your own character and make something unique to help you to stand out when you just straight up copy what millions of other people have done? I mean, that kind of person would be a jackass.
Even the NPCs that give you missions are very generic, like hillbillies, farmers, hobos, and a parody of Paul Blart Mall Cop for some reason. Hell, there are a lot of weird out-of-nowhere references to things like Kill Bill and Braveheart. Ultimately, the design, while simple, works as they have a certain level of charm to them. What doesn't work, however, is the quote-unquote soundtrack, in that there is none. Oh sure, there are 5 different songs you can hear. The problem is that each song is only for one area, so since you will most likely only be doing missions in one area at a time, it just repeats on an infinite loop. The music is super goofy and silly, and while it does match the tone of the zombies, it runs out its welcome much faster. Overall, it is a silly looking game that will keep your attention, though you might want to play with the music muted.
So yeah, if you couldn't tell by now, this is another Facebook click fest. Everything from fighting zombies to harvesting crops to clearing rubble is all done by simply clicking on it. I just picked a great first game to highlight, didn't I?
While it does leave a lot to be desired in terms of gameplay, it does enough to keep your attention. The main focus of the game is to simply kill zombies, which luckily can't kill you, only stun you if they hit you. You can make better crafted weapons by collecting items from enemies, and you can unlock different and better crafted weapons by buying new buildings, which you unlock by completed missions. You can also plant crops for more energy, but it is much simpler than other games. While on the surface level it may seem very bland, it's all the little things that makes this game stand out. True, while you simply click on zombies to kill them, the game gives you a ton of different weapons to play with, and kill zombies in all sorts of fun, inventive ways. There's plenty of achievements that unlock super weapons and tools if you get them. You can eventually build up a city which will produce energy and coins for you every couple of hours. You can also eventually unlock a spouse and a pet which can do actions as well, but they are kind of pointless as they share your energy bar.
Just like a real relationship. Oh God, why am I so lonely? Why did I let you go?
I'm all out of love, I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long.
The only benefit is that they can perform actions at the same time, so if you wanted to, you could be 3 times more productive. But again, they use the same energy bar, which means your energy will drain 3 times faster. The best part of this game goes back to collecting parts. Not only can you use items for crafting, but you can also sell a full collection to either get coins or experience. The real challenge comes in balancing the need to craft better weapons, selling items in the collection to get more XP or coins, and stockpiling items for missions. It doesn't get too drastic, but it does add a nice, small level of item management.
To be fair, it's the same amount as item management as trying to clear room on your phone to install a new app, but it is still there. Ultimately, it is a very simple game that has just enough charm and just enough depth to get you to come back, if only every once in a while.
In terms of Facebook connectivity, the only basic thing you can do is visit family and friends who play and perform actions to help them, as well as get free energy. You can also gift free weapons, crops, and other items for missions. The store is very bland compared to many other Facebook games. Whereas most games have a bunch of useless ornaments to decorate your world, Zombie Lane is surprisingly lax, which really only has a couple things to help your level stand out. There's also the ability to create your own missions as well as play other people's for quick energy and coins, but the creator really doesn't let you be that creative or original. Beyond that, there isn't really much you can do with others, but again, the zombie apocalypse is pretty lonely stuff.
So, with all that said, sounds like an absolute garbage and I just want to burn this game to the ground. Well, yes, there are better Facebook games that are more complex or have more strategy or just all around better. So why of all the games I could have talked about, I chose this one to focus about? The simple fact is it's a very good example of what's right and what's wrong with a lot of the standard Facebook games most people think about. Oh sure, yes it is annoying, there's a lot of time clocks and a lot of paying and you're kind of just playing the game to get more missions so you can play the game more. But at the end of the day, it's still fun, and it's got a great, goofy, silly art style, and it is fun to just experiment and just see what different things you can make and different ways you can kill zombies in silly, goofy ways. You're not going to be playing it for hours upon end, but if you do check it out, I'm sure you'll have a great time, but probably while you're loading a new video.